So what's going on, guys? Your man in white, the White Knight, the Badwolf. What's going on, guys? So yeah, kind of been taking a break, letting my hair down, if you will, and getting back to making a couple of videos here and there, just some pieces. So what do we have? So what is the master ID or the master identification? Okay. So the master identification really is you creating your own ID. So how do you create your own ID? And there's levels to this. So if you create an affidavit, and I think I have one for sale on Black Site 32, or there's one on there somewhere. It's either in the paid or the free section. I'm not sure. I don't remember right now. I think it's in the paid. So you can create your own ID, affidavit of identification. Put your name on there. I personally would not put a house address. I would just say United States of America. You can put on there who you are, constitutional citizen, diplomat of your own nation, whatever you want to, private person, non-resident of the state. Obviously, don't use the zip code. Once you have all this done, you go in there with your driver's license, preferably your passport, and you have the notary under jurat stamp that they validate that information. Well, not so much validate, but they see it and that you sworn to it. Okay. So now you've got a record of your identity as being a non-resident, which is something good to have in your travel binder. Now, remember, that by itself is not going to be solid or strong enough, because if you haven't closed out all the rest of your contracts for your vehicle, if they can still find it, they're going to use it. Now, you can make these as detailed as you want or as simple. If it was me and mine, and maybe I'll make a master one for myself to put on there. I would say, James C. Lovett, in all capitalized name, is a state-created trust, and that I am the authorized agent for it, but I assume no physical or financial obligations or liabilities for it. And then also on there, I would put, this is my given name, and put on James Cash Money of the Lovett Nation, or whatever you want to call yourself. And now you're starting to then separate the straw man from the given name, which is the living, natural, private person. Okay. You're reversing the alter ego process. You're going to find that a majority of your freedoms are going to come from you having a ecclesiastic name, a given name, a private name, celestial name, whatever you're going to call yourself, because that's something that's not going to be registered with the state, which is why we create and put everything in trusts. And for the love of God, don't label it as a trust based in the United States. United States of America, cool. Some other country, cool. Your micronation, also cool. Do not put it underneath the same legal name. All right. So now that you've got this documentary piece, how much further can you go with it? Well, and some credit goes to Knowledge Well Media. You can actually go there. He's on YouTube, and I believe he's got a pack that you can buy. I don't know what the cost of it is off top. I know me and also Floyd and a couple other people in the private have been talking about a master ID. So additional things you can put on there, or if you want it already done, like I said, you can go and talk to those individuals. But you can go as far as to get copies of your dental records. Okay. Talk to your doctor and get it and see if he'll sign off on a statement, about your health. Doc, can I have a letter from you stating that I'm alive and that I'm well? Okay, so now you got proof that you're a living being and not the corporation, not the fictitious entity. You could put on there strand of your hair, You could put a blot of your blood. You could use your blood or just red ink on your thumb, a handprint, toe print, a footprint on there. Your given name, this is who you are. Really, you could correct your birth date too and put, because really your birth date and even your name are hearsay. You weren't of around in conscious mind to know that that was your name. You weren't there like, yeah, I agree to that name. Nope. After 18, you have age of majority, you have been invested, especially if you make that claim during the Minnesota rule, to rename yourself. You own your vessel, right? Some of you people out there name your car, name this, that. You can only name what you own. If you own yourself, you can change your name. You can change your name, common law, which is in the private. You can go to the courts and do it. We showed how to do it with the passport. Okay. So what else could you do to prove that you're alive? Suppose you could get a DNA test done and add it to that master document. Basically, you get the idea. So as many things that you can use, obviously you want to definitely have a picture of yourself on there. Claim everything you want in that master document. All right. Now, at this time, I do not have one of those for purchase or whatever else. Maybe I'll make one in the future. But in general, you guys can put your own together. You don't need to have somebody else really necessarily do it. But if you don't want to do the work, then yeah, you can just, buy one from somebody else. As far as I know, there's not many people actually doing that, nor are people thinking about that. But that is a good way to prove that you are a live, living, natural, and private person. So where would you use that? Well, if you were going to, like I said, you're going to have your birth information or your born on information in there, corrected to what you want it to be. And you could probably use that in court. That's probably going to be the biggest place that they're going to want to see it. Maybe, at the bank or somewhere to prove that you're, alive. But a lot of times they're going to want what? The straw man. Yeah. So it would be wise for you to basically not get rid of the straw man, but to abandon it and get a new one. Okay. Operate everything through your domestic or foreign EIN. Okay. Operating in the private. Just because you're most in the private doesn't mean you still can't and don't have to, shouldn't use your other entities. All right. So that's pretty much it. It's just creating your private side. You really need to separate that, and you need to really have a different private name that you can use for certain things. Now, if you're going to have a truly private name, like I have a truly private name that I don't talk about on here, that I operate under, but you want one that you're going to interface with, then I would suggest using your given name. Okay. If you want to. If not, then just create an entity. Like I could call it, like what is Nation of Levitica, okay, or Nation of Lovett, Family of Lovett, House of Lovett, Castle, Tribe, Clan, Unincorporated Lovett Association, whatever you want to call it, and that's what you use to get said things. All right. And that's how you compartmentalize, as the military says. All right. This way, not everything can be based on through your straw man, taking all the hits right there. Separate it, get accounts, open up credit lines, whatever you want to do business. Nobody ever told you had to use just your all caps name your entire life. That's setting yourself up for failure. Why? Because that thing is going to take hits and hits and hits. Okay, your credit, your car payment, your marriage, or whatever, blah 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 blah. Okay, and if you're watching my channel, you should know how to do your own common law marriage or union, whatever you're going to call it, versus using theirs, and which is technically adultery, because now you're bringing in a third element, which voids marriages. Okay, you're letting them tell you guys what to do. So that's about it, guys. Just a little bit more info for your butts. So enjoy your day. Have a great weekend. Stay wise, stay woke, stay aware, and I will talk to you guys later. Wolf's out.